Hey guys, I'm Lee from Lee Likes Music, the place to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp. And in today's video, we're going to look at a new album by Culprit called Sonder. So that's coming up. So for you guys who haven't heard about Culprit before, they're basically an indie progressive rock band from Los Angeles, US, and they were founded back in 2006. Ever since that time, they released a string of EPs and they played over 100 shows in the US alone. If you want to know a little bit more about the band, about their facts and their bio and what they're doing, there will be more info on that in the description below. So honestly, I feel like Sonder is an album that is leaning more towards the genre of emo rock. There are obvious signs of prog rock inspirations and infusion in this album, but I feel like emo rock, this subgenre, is something that is overarching throughout the whole band, or throughout the whole album, I mean. And this is also quite evident in the first track off of the album, which is called Gargantua, or Gargantua. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It starts off in a very cinematic way with this noisy, distorted radio signal sounding recording of a man saying, "Hello, is anyone out there?"
Is anybody out there? I don't know if you can hear this, but if you can, I don't know how much longer.
And after this short intro, this short cinematic intro, it suddenly erupts into the main intro of the song. You're immediately introduced to these math rock inspired guitar loops that I personally really loved a lot. And there's also this striking, very evocative vocal delivery, which I also found to be very touching and very, I don't know, it just jumps at you, kind of. What I started to notice about the song after listening to it for a few times is that you're transferred from the intro to the verse and then to the chorus within the first minute. So it's a very fast pacing and riveting and very nimble song. And that is a characteristic, a feature that I appreciated a lot. All of the sections in the song kind of flowed into each other in a very good way, making it sound cohesive and well put together. The mood of the song is very striving, it's tragic almost. I personally didn't look into the lyrics because I had a hard time finding them and I didn't pay that much attention to it, but it sounds like the narrative of the lyrics go around a love story that is kind of ending in a tragic way. And the mood kind of reflects this narrative in the way that it is tragic, it feels sad, but at the same time there are some glimmery positive moments in the song as well here and there. And that is kind of nice. It has like a, what do you call it? It has a variety in terms of the overall mood. Another thing that I found to be a bit interesting about this song is that it doesn't really have that many verses. It is very quick, it is very short. The structure of the song goes like this. It starts with an intro and chorus, then jumps over to a verse, then a bridge, then another chorus, and then a break, and then a chorus finale at the end of the song. I love the raspy and raw scream that Travis, the vocalist, is delivering at the end of the song. That just nailed the song for me completely. What I also noticed is that the melody during the last chorus is also changed a bit. It's altered so that the song sounds a bit more epic and lofty and ends with this huge finale. And that is also another positive about the song. So yeah, that's the first track, Gargantua or Gargantua. I'm not sure how to pronounce it again, but it's a good track. Go and check it out. Now, the next track that made an impact on me is the fifth one on the album, which is called Mon Arch. This song immediately spews out this very loud and raw sonic soundscape, and you're taken straight into the action. You'll probably notice the interplay and the synchronization between the guitars and the rhythm section here. That is something that came off to me as a bit proggy and intricate, and I really loved that. It kind of spiced up the song and the album a bit. And at the end of the day, anything that sounds a bit proggy, anything that has a bit of an edge to it, that leans towards prog music, I have a sweet spot for that, so yeah. That is the reason why I love this so much. The structure of the song is also very original. It is experimental, but at the same time it is conformed. It is built up of a chorus, an instrumental bridge, a verse, a chorus, an after chorus, and that is followed with an instrumental bridge, a break, and then a chorus that is altered a bit and tweaked a bit, just like the previous song that I mentioned, to become a little bit more epic and lofty. The mood of this song is also like the previous one, very striving. It is evocative. It is putting out this very epic soundscape, and I really appreciated that. It is something that's just was sticking out from the album. This song sounded a bit more cohesive than the other songs as well, and that is the reason why I wanted to mention it here. Now, the last track that I want to mention from this album that kind of made an impression on me is the 9th track, which is called Siren. It starts off with this very epic, but at the same time curious intro. It sounds odd, but at the same time it's angelic and lofty. This is definitely one of the few songs on the album where I feel like I can hear the full potential of the band shining through. For example, the progression of the melody is very innovative, it's very playful. The guitars, the drums, the vocals, they all take on more of an experimental approach. The first section of the song, which I've already mentioned, sounds very angelic and blissful, and then the following section, which I think is a bridge of some sort, that is another thing. The structure of the song is also quite not disturbing, but it's a bit weird. It is quite, how can I put it? It's very distinct, it is very novel. The following section, which I think is a bridge, features this very intensive drum pattern, which builds up a lot of tension towards the next section of the song. There are some howling vocals here, and yeah, there's a lot of experimentation. There's a lot of new stuff that I never actually heard earlier on the record that I really appreciated. I appreciated that the band wanted to take a different approach and try to actually get a bit wild with what they were doing. After the bridge, there's another passage that is purely instrumental, and it also offers this very catchy guitar riff. There's a close collaboration between the guitars and the rhythm section, and I really appreciated that. But what I didn't appreciate, and what kind of made the song a little bit worse, or what dragged the quality of the song a bit down, is the fact that while I was writing this and while I was listening to it over and over again, I have a hard time actually remembering the different parts. You have to listen to the song many times before you can actually start to remember and appreciate it. There's very little repetition, there's a lot of novelty, there's new stuff coming at you all the time, and that is good. But if a song is going to be optimal, if it's going to be good, it needs to strike the right balance between something familiar and something incongruent, and that is not exactly what Culprit managed to do here. So yeah, Siren, track number 9, it's a good song, but it lacks a bit of congruency. Alright, so those were the 3 tracks that I personally enjoyed a lot, but I want to just skim through some of the other tracks as well and just explain why I didn't like them a bit in a surface level way. So the second track, Anything, was very evocative. Like many of the other songs here, it is infused with a lot of feeling, but for some reason I couldn't find it original. There was something there that just didn't strike a chord in me. Glow is the 3rd track off the album, but the problem that I had with this track is that, you know, it's calm just like the previous track that I mentioned, but I don't know, for some reason I just feel like it's dynamically flat and it doesn't give off anything original to me. Track number 4, Scarlet. Man, there's just bad sound quality here. I don't know whether this particular song was badly mixed, but that is what it feels like. Track number 6 is actually a ballad. It's called Contempathy. It's actually the calmest song off of the whole record, and it has some nice melodies. I have to put that out there. I have to give them creds for that, but it's just boring. it just doesn't vibe with me. It doesn't strike a chord with me. Maybe it will for other people. Maybe if you check it out, it will be an amazing album. There will be a lot more memorable and fascinating songs. But for me, this whole album, many of the songs felt very samey, generic. The production value here is a bit low at times as well, but in general, I feel like there's a lot of talent. There's some points, and that is the reason why I mentioned these 3 songs earlier. There are points in the album where their talent and their production and everything just shines through, and I think the band is actually on track to create more of this, or at least I hope so. So yeah, Culprit's newest album, Sonder. For now, I'll give this album, Sonder, a 6 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you like to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp, then I highly suggest you subscribe by clicking the red subscribe button below. Also, remember to click that bell icon on the side of that subscribe button, and in that way you'll always get notified when I upload new videos to my channel. Thank you so much for watching again. Hope to see you later. Stay tuned. Bye.